the more that society downplays the things that men go through, then the less likely they are to want to talk about those things. Not talking about those things doesn't solve the issue. It's just compression. And compression leads to combustion. And combustion is dangerous. Now, in the scientific world, when something explodes, you don't just look at the explosion. You understand that that explosion is a reaction. So you try to understand what caused that explosion. Looking at the causes of an explosion doesn't take back the damage of the explosion. So you have to deal with the damage. But what it does do is, hopefully, if you're able to trace it and figure out what caused it, you can be able to better prevent it in the future or put measures in place to help circumvent that as much as possible. It's not going to end all explosions or reactions everywhere, but it does give you a greater understanding into the circumstances that led to this. It's a study. Society as a whole does not want to study men. It does not want to study what causes men to explode. It doesn't want to study male behavior. If you look at a lot of research out there about certain things, you will find that most of the research heavily favors women. When it comes to men, it will say, like when we talk about sexual abuse and other forms of physical abuse, because males tend to be the majority of the perpetrators, most of the research goes into the effects that certain things have on women and how many women are victim to that. But what you don't understand is that it is a cycle. Men with damaging behavior have a far more, their reach is further. They can do more damage. But let's put it like this. The same way one man can get 15 women pregnant at one time, but one woman can only have one pregnancy at a time. If a man is victim, let's say 4 boys have been victimized sexually and mentally and physically by their mother, those 4 boys that have been assaulted and abused by that woman, especially sexually, they will go out. They are much more likely to go out and be perpetrators of violence, especially sexual violence, towards other people, primarily women. Now, when they victimize these women, the first thing society would do is look at them and say they're bad men. And the assumption is, oh, men are just like that. And so we don't get to the root of the issue because we don't investigate it. We say, oh, basically, it just exploded. It was, what's the term? I forgot the term, but basically it just exploded on its own. There was nothing that happened, spontaneous. It was just spontaneous combustion. But if we can trace it back and then realize that these boys came from this woman who victimized them, now we can hold that woman accountable. And we can start making it safe for men and boys to talk about the things that they go through so that we can get to the bottom of these issues a lot quicker. If we can save our boys before they become men, we have a better chance of saving our women before they get introduced to some of these men. Or I'll say if we can save our boys before they become men, then we can save a lot of our women. Because sometimes saving women means saving boys before they become men.